me get this straight, Mother. You told Jack you were pregnant so that you wouldn't lose him to Stephanie?
I know it sounds a little drastic, honey.
Drastic, Mother. It's insane. You've got to tell him the truth.
I can't, Macy. I tell him the truth, he goes running back to Stephanie. No, I'll find a way. Jack loved me enough to want to marry me once, and I know I can find a way to make him love me like that again.
Not if he finds out that you've been lying to him, Mother.
Well, that's the funny part. As it turns out, I may not be lying.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't been myself lately. I've been feeling strange. You know, odd symptoms. I feel nauseous in the morning. The heat bothers me. My temperature's rising. I'm dizzy part of the time. You know.
You're not trying to tell me that you think you're...
Why not, honey? It's possible. I mean, nothing is impossible. And think how wonderful it will be if I am pregnant. Then Jack would never dream of leaving me, and all of my problems would be solved.
Look, Mother, why don't you go see a doctor, huh?
I'm way ahead of you, honey. As a matter of fact, I have an appointment with a doctor in exactly 15 minutes, and you are coming with me.
What are you going to do, Dad?
What else can I do? If Sally's pregnant, I'll help her raise the child.
Oh, Dad.
I feel miserable. Poor Stephanie,
This is wrong. This is wrong. Are you sure about her condition?
I made her take one of these home pregnancy tests. Now, how are you going to cheat on that?
Well, I still say it's suspect.
I'll keep an eye on her. How are you doing?
Well, Ridge is still on this mission of his to smooth things out with Brooke.
Any luck?
He thinks he made some progress last night. Well, that's what he thinks.
You sound skeptical.
Well, I don't want to be.
Yeah, but you are.
It's just sour grapes, Dad. We were supposed to go out last night, and then Ridge found Brooke in her office crying.
Did she ask him to stay?
No, actually, it was his idea. She hasn't been giving him the time of day lately, and he thought she might be vulnerable. Turns out she was, but there went our evening at the beach.
But what did you do last night?
Came back here.
Sounds awful lonely.
Well, actually, it was very interesting. I had a visitor.
What's up?
It's your father.
What about him?
He didn't come in today.
He's not sick again.
No, Sheila says that he's just in a very bad mood.
Why don't you go out and see him, Thorne?
We did. We went to see him before we came into the office.
He just doesn't want to talk to anyone.
And I don't blame him. Ridge, the problem is here. It's in this building. It's Brooke. And we've got to stop all of this nonsense before something serious happens to Eric.
I'm working on that, Mother.
Yes, I know. You want to get Brooke to trust you again. Well, your father tried it. Everyone's tried it, and it doesn't
Only
work.
this time, I'm looking at it from Brooke's point of view. No more manipulation, no more tricks. She's under the gun here. She needs our help and our support. I figure it might as well be me who gives it to her.
Well, that's all well and good, Ridge, if she's going to trust you again, but she won't.
Believe me, Thorne, I'm making progress.
Do you really think so?
Yes, I was with her last night.
Oh. Did she mention anything to you about a men's line?
A men's line?
Mother says that there's a rumor going around that Brooke is trying to put together a men's collection.
What about Milan? Well, I know it's going to cost us, Stuart. We're looking for a long-term contract. Well, you better start taking me seriously. This is my top priority. Good. Get back to me. When are people going to realize that I mean business around here? So how did it go? Any luck?
No.
No. We'll keep looking. We will all keep looking. I am going to have a men's line in the spring collection. No ifs, ands, or buts.
the bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Crest, the dentist's choice for fighting cavities. Crest with Fluorostat.
Yes, and please keep me informed. No, actually, the position starts immediately. We will need completed designs within weeks. Thanks, Mark.
Brooke, what you're trying to do here is next to impossible.
Connor, what I'm trying to do is move in a new direction. That's what I stand for. That's how the whole world sees me. I created Belief, and now I'm running Forrester Creations.
Okay, but you don't have to conquer the world in your first 6 months.
All I want is a men's line.
But you want it by the spring showing, which means we have to show it in a couple of months. Now, you've got no designs, no marketing campaign, and no designer. Any designer you hire is going to have to work with you around the clock.
Why are you being so negative?
I'm being realistic, which you seem to want to ignore.
Connor, have you been reading the trade papers? What people are saying about us? I mean, there's a lot of excitement here. There's a lot of energy. I have created a formula that's so revolutionary, it's going to change this whole industry. People want to know what I'm going to do next, especially the Forresters. And I'm going to show them. I'm going to show them faster than they even expected.
Not without a designer.
We will find a designer.
That takes time, Brooke.
Don't talk that way here, Connor. Just put in a little effort and we'll have a designer by the end of the week.
What you're talking about is crazy. You can't run a project this way, especially not one this important.
You are talking to a woman who does the impossible. I am going to have a men's line in the spring collection. Now, are you going to help me, or do I find somebody else? Which is it, Connor?
She didn't mention any of this to you, did she?
A men's collection?
And get this, she wants it ready for the spring.
You mean next fall's collection?
No, Ridge. She wants this ready for November. She wants it out for the spring collection.
We have a problem. She's going to take this company and make it the laughingstock of the industry.
I mean, we have purposely stayed away from men's clothing. That has been our biggest strength, the fact that we have specialized in women's high design. Now Brooke is going to take that concept, she's going to toss it right out the window, and along with it goes our image.
I think you can understand why your father's upset. Look, it took years of good management to build this company. And it didn't happen overnight, you both know that. But it can go out the window overnight with bad management.
All right, I'll tell you how we're gonna handle this. I don't want any arguments.
So you say you've been having dizzy spells?
Yes, every now and then, nothing too serious. But I am feeling a little disoriented.
Just the last month or two?
Yeah. Ever since I missed my period.
How about these other symptoms?
Oh, just the usual. I'm a little nauseous, too hot, kind of like hot flashes, a little dizzy. I'm telling you, Doctor, there is something changing. My body is changing. I can feel it. And these symptoms are exactly the same as when I was pregnant before.
Sally, I'd like to give you a pelvic exam, take a few other tests. If you're as pregnant as you think you are, that should tell us something. Macy, would you mind waiting outside for a moment, please?
Oh, sure. Good luck, Mom.
Oh, thank you, honey, but I don't think I'm going to need any good luck. I'm telling you, I feel that there is a child on the way. I really feel it more and more every day. Jack and I are going to have a baby.
You had a visitor here at the office?
Yes, it was someone from my past, a professor from medical school.
Oh, that must have been interesting.
Well, yes, it was. I mean, it was interesting and it was very mysterious. He wants me to see him professionally.
As a patient?
Yes. I mean, Dad, this is the most brilliant man I have ever known, and he wants me to be his therapist.
This is the professor that you used to talk about all the time, right? As I recall, he had a very profound effect on you.
Yes, he is the reason that I became a psychiatrist. Dad, he is an absolutely brilliant man, and what a researcher. And I couldn't believe it. He was here in my office.
I assume he told you why he needs to see you professionally.
No, and I suppose I won't unless I take him on as a patient.
Is he still at Northwestern?
No, he was involved in research for a while. And I used to read his name in the journals all the time. And then a couple of years ago, he sort of vanished. And nobody seemed to know where he was or what he was doing. And I haven't seen anything of his published since.
And you have no idea what his problem is?
No, not a clue.
Are you going to treat him?
Here you go, Mom.
Thanks, honey. So, doctor, what's the verdict?
Yeah, am I gonna have a new little brother or sister?
Well, you're not.
What?
Sally, you're not pregnant.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, all the symptoms, the nausea and the hot flashes and the dizziness.
These could be indicative of things quite different than pregnancy.
Well, what do you mean?
The onset of menopause.
Menopause?
You could be going through the change, Sally. Or about to go through it.
Now, wait a minute. Does that mean that I can't get pregnant?
Well, no, it just means that time is certainly running out. And even if you were to get pregnant, there'd be certain risks that you'd have to be aware of.
Are they dangerous risks?
Well, no, not necessarily. Just things that we should definitely talk about. But really, the likelihood of you getting pregnant now, unless you were to make a concentrated effort, is not really all that good. I am sorry. I know this isn't what you wanted to hear. But look, if you have any other questions, you want to talk to me about this, give me a call anytime, okay?
Thank you, Doctor.
Sure.
We're gonna do this my way.
Which is what, exactly?
I continue to work with Brooke to build her trust and to become her friend again.
Honey, that's all very well and good, but we really don't have that much time, do
I'll
we?
force feed it if I have to, Mother. I'm not gonna drag this out.
Rich, he's gonna know you have ulterior motives.
That's the beauty of it, Thorne. I don't have ulterior motives. I want what Brooke wants, what we all want. Successful, profitable company. Only I want something more. I want Brooke to be happy and at peace with me, with our family, and with her work.
Well, that's very noble. But what do you have in mind about the men's line?
Got my sights on that too, Mother.
What are you going to do, Ridge?
Just let me handle it, Thorne. I've got an idea here. If it doesn't work, we're in trouble. But I think it will.
Connor, I don't want to do this without your support. But I will if I have to.
You know you always have my support.
Well, then please, don't fight me on this. Let's work together.
I am working with you, but Brooke, we haven't even crossed the first hurdle yet. Now look, I'm not trying to be negative, but we need to find a designer in the next day or so if we have any hope of making the spring showing. Am I wrong about that? Oh, Brooke, I'm sorry. I don't mean to rain on your parade.
Do you know what my biggest fear is?
What?
Stephanie Forrester walking into my office with that sickening "I told you so" look on her face. And realizing that I just made a fool out of myself in this industry.
Brooke, you're not going to make a fool of yourself.
Well, it's either that or succeed at something. I can't just rest on my laurels, Connor, and put Forrester in cruise control. It just doesn't work that way.
Okay, no one expects you to rest on your laurels, granted, but there's no shame in taking your time, especially with something as big as a new line of clothing.
Don't you understand? I can't take my time. That's not my style. I have to move, and I have to move fast, or else not move at all. That's the way I've been all my life. I don't know what it's going to take, but I want this collection in the spring line. I've already put teasers out about it. I am not going to make a fool out of myself. And I am not going to give Stephanie the satisfaction. So please, get back on the phones and let's find us that designer.
To think all this time I've been worried about Ridge. I'm not losing you to him. I'm losing you to Forrester Creations.
You're not losing me, Connor. Not yet.
Mom.
It's all right, Macy. It's okay.
Look, about what the doctor said.
Forget it. The doctor said only one thing that concerns me.
What do you mean?
And I'm very glad he said it, too. Because it made me realize how important it is. It has forced me to realize that I've got to act now, right now.
Doing what?
Doing whatever I have to do to make sure that I am pregnant by Jack. I want him, Macy. I want him and I love him. And I know he and I belong together. And if what it takes to make him realize that is for us to have a baby together, then I am going to do everything I can to make sure that we do have a child. Oh, Macy, you know me. You know how willing I am to go after something when I really want it. And I'm telling you, I want Jack Hamilton as much or more as I have ever wanted anyone in my entire life.
Am I going to take on my former professor as a patient? Well, it certainly would be fulfilling.
Fulfilling?
Oh, Dad, this man, he's done so much for me. The way that I view medicine and psychiatry, even the way that I'm treating my patients today, Dad, I mean, to be able to give this man back something, it would be incredible. Well, I don't mean to throw you out, but I've got to get back to work.
Me too.
It must really be hard working with Sally.
She knows how I feel. She gives me distance. How long that lasts, I don't know, but if it changes, there will be fireworks at Spectre. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Come in.
Can I talk with you for a minute?
Sure, what is it?
I heard a rumor.
You did?
Something about a project you're working on.
Well, you know how rumors go.
Well, that's why I wanted to come to you directly. Word has it you're developing a men's line.
Who told you that?
Just tell me if it's true or not. Simple yes or no.
Ridge, look, we're not going to get into a big discussion about this. The fact is, I own a majority of this company and I make the decisions. And yes, I am making a men's line. So if you have a problem with that,
Well, then design it.
What did you say?
I want to design it, Logan. If you'll let me, I want to design your new men's collection.